shot down one. It also, of course, shows that the fatwa against missiles of that range is not exactly worth the paper it was written on, probably like the fatwas against other long-range missiles and nuclear weapons. But let me just ask this. The technology needed, not for an intermediate range missile, but an intercontinental missile, a missile that could hit the United States, is pretty much the same as an intermediate range missile. Isn't that right, Admiral Carrera?
Yes, Senator, that's correct.
General Whiting, isn't that correct?
It is, Senator, and it's not too much different from a space launch vehicle either.
Yeah, and you need enough booster thrust to get something into space, and you need a reentry vehicle to get it back from outer space or from space into the Earth's surface. And as you said, General Whiting, Iran has long had a space launch vehicle program. Have you, in your observations about space, have you seen any Iranian astronauts up there lately?
They do not have a manned spaceflight program,
shocking.
Senator.
Do you think maybe the space launch vehicle program is just flimsy cover for an intercontinental missile?
I do think they were developing an intercontinental ballistic missile, Senator.
And Admiral Krell, for a reentry vehicle, what they used for that missile going to Diego Garcia, for that matter, the medium-range missiles that are shot at Israel, that'd be a suitable reentry vehicle, right?
That's correct, Senator.
So all you'd have to do in a crude but functioning fashion is marry those two technologies, and Iran would be able to strike us here in the United States. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And I have to say, I think that could be done in a matter of months, not years, and maybe not that many months. Is that on your mind, Admiral Krell at Stratcom?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they've demonstrated that technology.
Thank you for that. I want to turn to slightly shorter range weapons. You testified, Admiral, at the House Armed Services Committee that China, quote, seeks a larger and more diverse nuclear force comprised of systems ranging from low-yield precision strike missiles to a bunch of other stuff. I want to talk about the low-yield precision strike missiles, and also the need that you've also discussed for an enhanced theater nuclear capability to counter such developments from China, from Russia, from North Korea. Could you discuss what resources, capabilities, authorities you need to counter the threat of theater nuclear forces?
Yes, Senator. In terms of the deterrence challenge associated with Russia or China and their theater nuclear force capability, part of the strategy there is to ensure that we raise the threshold for use of that capability by Xi or Putin. And so we're investing in theater nuclear forces capabilities, and Slickamin is a primary example of that capability, intended to have a response that is in kind and could match should Xi or Putin determine to think that there was a lower threshold for use.
Thank you. Well, I don't think we can do it fast enough.
Thank you very much, Senator Cotton. Senator Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here today. Admiral, I want to start with you and talk a little bit about missile defense and Golden Dome. As I understand, the architecture envisions a much more expansive, layered system capable of defending against large-scale missile threats, maybe including up to a salvo from peer adversaries. That kind of vision requires a large number of interceptors, far beyond our current inventories. We're talking about different ways how we could do this, but also increasingly sophisticated electromagnetic countermeasures to deal with decoys, jamming, other countermeasures. It's a complicated problem. We could be seeing, issues with trying to, intercept, ICBMs that are on trajectories on different orbital inclinations because of the latitude they're launching from, some land-based, some sea-based. So, Admiral, how do you assess the operational feasibility of this approach? I understand the argument that a more robust missile defense architecture could strengthen deterrence by denial and provide additional protection for the homeland, but at scale, this becomes a question of cost, capability, and plain physics. One of my big concerns here is we spend $500 billion, $1 trillion we get to the end of the timeline here and we have a system that just fundamentally does not work or does not work well enough to increase deterrence?
From my perspective, Senator, the work initially on the sensor layer and the capability to detect and track advanced missiles, that would be advanced hypersonics, advanced cruise missiles, and fractional orbital bombardment capability. That's step one in the architecture that we're talking about.
And I also agree. I see the benefit in that. You know, hypersonics with hypersonic glide vehicles being able to maneuver coming from a non-standard, let's say, direction is something we have to focus on. It's like the bigger picture of a, salvo and being able to intercept, multiple rounds coming at us simultaneously.
Yes, Senator, and there's a universe of capabilities and efforts associated with that. You talked about space-based interceptors. That's one technology that will need to mature and see what the limits are of that in terms of interception capabilities. Joan Kootlein is approaching it from a kill chain perspective and understanding the whole system that goes into the ability to launch an attack against the U.S. So that includes looking closely at left of launch capabilities. So you're looking at left of launch, initial launch, boost phase, and the full range of capabilities there in terms of that Golden Dome for America.
You think we can build something that achieves the requirements?
I think we're going to advance our understanding, our capabilities considerably with that effort. Yes, Senator.
Right. Thank you. General, there's been reports that last year China's SJ-25 and SJ-21 maneuvered into proxops, and we think they may have done a satellite refueling experiment, probably an experiment. If confirmed, this would be the first time a satellite in GEO refueled another. That's my understanding. That represents a significant leap, not just in sustainment, but in China's capability to conduct precise rendezvous, maneuver, proxops, docking operations. So taken together with their broader investments in counter space capabilities, they're building a dynamic and maneuver-driven approach to space, one that would allow them to persist on orbit longer,